Good morning, Frank Watkins, 14th of October, about 8:30, and Kylie back on deck.
Good morning.
You picked a good day to come back.
I did.
Yeah, all odds is flying. Okay, just looking at the all odds, the data, bringing today's data, and probably needs to do a little bit more. I've had this resistance line drawn here for quite a while. I think when we get through that, we can say, okay, we have seen the bottom. OBV's still got a bit of work to do, but I don't take a lot of notice of OBV on indices. So, straight into my favourite scan, and I want to continue with this simply from the point of view of follow-up. So, what I'm going to do is turn the data off, the intraday, and do my high, low scan. Just rip through this very quickly. Not a big wrap for that one, nor that. CAF, that's vaguely interesting, but I just don't like these blank days here. I don't particularly like the OBV, so I know that we will find better than that. I'm not going to go into a half-cent stock where there's 5.7 billion of them out there. COB, now that looks really good, and I think I mentioned that yesterday. Good big volume yesterday, kick in OBV, touching the resistance, big even level, 35 cents. And if we just turn on today's data, we have broken through. Showing 37 cents now. So data off and rattle through these. CZR, same, 3.49 billion out there, so not overly interested. Lithium Power International, this might get a kick when the lithium takes off again. Okay. Next one, NAB. Very interesting to see a very high price stock come up on a high low scan. So how significant is this low? Let's go back 12 months. So last time we were at this level was March. To my mind, that is shaping up for a buy. Bearing in mind, I'd much rather see the high lows coming from a base rather than from where that's trading at the moment. Pure hydrogen, this is going to have its day in the sun. Simply, the Twee Forest business talking about hydrogen, so on and so forth. So make a note of PH2. Actually, sorry, I'll go back to PH2 and see what it's done today. Yeah, okay, there you go. Turn the data off again, and there's better than that. RDN, there's probably better than that. Break of 3.1, 3.2 might be interesting. Again, RTR, that doesn't look too bad at all. It is, April since we traded back at these levels, so that low is a significant low, and some would argue a double bottom. See if it's done anything today. Little inside day so far, so a bit interesting on that one. This could be interesting as well. Shekel Brainway. All I can say is, wow. Some of the names these days don't do a lot for an old timer. Okay, that's it from me, Kylie. Over to you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to stick with the scans that I do each day. We're looking at a 21 breakup of the close, increasing volume for 4 days. We untick the TCI, we tick the OBV back on, 21% above the level of 3 days ago, volume 300% above previous 1 day. Go down into the filters, we want to make that So we're keeping it 50 cents to $4, ignoring results at a value less than $250,000 and volume less than 1 million. Okay, 22. Let's go through with this. I'm actually going to put today's data on because I want to see what's done today. Ooh, and that looks a bit messy. So we'll move on from that one. AWC, I do like the look of this. I find this really interesting because price is going up while OBV is heading down. So that's an interesting divergence. Each time the price goes down, though, you can see it goes down, goes up, really is following the price on this, but at a gradual down. So it's an interesting chart to probably do a bit more research on. But that's a nice looking ascending triangle across there and up there. Not a perfect looking one when you look at OBV though, and volume. Gold's having a good run right now. That's aiming for the gap here. It's kind of filled it. Your buy was back down here. So I'd be watching once it fills that gap, what it's going to do. You've got another one here that it's tried to fill before. So one you can maybe keep an eye on. Bubble, there's obviously been something happened there. It's too late. CXO, that looks like there's your resistance there. Goodbye today. It's done a lot already, but maybe worth keeping an eye on. That's done a lot. There's that retracement. Always, you've got a big green candle. What you're wanting to see is retracement back to midway of that candle. And if it can hold there, then you can keep an eye on it and probably set your resistance there for a breakthrough. Maybe even wait for $1.50. Yeah, but that's an interesting one.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
No.
I sort of thing you might do half a parcel now and the other half on the break of $1.50.
Yeah, yep. Be a good move.
But good recent volume, good OBV.
Yep. Gappy, but maybe, I don't know, it's just too big gappy for me. I kind of would flick on. I don't know, there's a few gaps to try and fill. You're back up to here, perhaps you target.
You'd have to do more and show a high, low setup, and they're not quite there.
Not quite
If
there,
you look from back in March, all the peaks are getting lower.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I think breaking, no, it's a bit too wishy-washy. No. That's been a bit of, that would have been a really lovely, look at this is a good example of if it broke here, there's your buy, reasons why you don't preempt, clearly something bad news, that pattern has failed. Move on. Still like the look of this one, this just looks good. There's your gap there that's going for.
Can you throw, hasn't come up in the scan, but can you just throw NST up there for a comparison of the lows? They're very similar.
Yeah, that looks great on a break of $10.
Yep.
Yep.
Regis,
That one looks great too. Same.
very similar.
Looking good. S32, we talked about this the other day. This was looking good around at this area for a break. We mentioned it's gapped up today. Oops. St Barb's again, same setup as the other golds. Yeah, they look good. No. Same silver, yeah, and that just keeps going up. I think clearly now this gap's coming into play. I think that's probably your profit target there. I probably won't spend much time on this other than when you put this out, this looks quite nice when you put it on a 5-year chart. I think $1.80, if you were interested in this, it'd be very boring, but $1.80 would be looking for your break on that one. But just somewhere to park your money and not think about it. That just keeps going. It's really no buy signal, unfortunately. You missed it. But good on you if you're on it. And that's a no. So yeah, that's it from me on those ones.
Can you just go back to St Barb's, SBM?
Yeah.
Just for a comment. This was the absolute darling of stocks for goldies for a long, long time. It's been a $5 stock. It's now $1.50. They've had mine problems. I'm not totally sure of what problems they've had. But gee, if they ever get their act together, the sky's the limit. Have they run out of the ore body? I don't know what's going on. If anyone wants to shoot in a comment, if anyone's doing the fundamentals, give us a yell. Okay, leave it at that. Thanks, Kylie.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.